As the season approaches the midway point, the world champion Atlanta Braves visit Philadelphia for the first time in 2022. The two hottest teams in the National League square off in an important NL East battle. Surging Charlie Morton takes on Phillies ace Zach Wheeler as the division rivalry ramps back up. All the fun is next on Bally Sports. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. On the banks of the Schuylkill River, we welcome you to the fighting city of Philadelphia, where Braves fans are out in force for the start of a big three-game series. The weather in Philadelphia is perfect, but these two teams are coming in hot. Charlie Morton and Zach Wheeler, two ace right-handers, open up the series here in Philly tonight. Hi again, friends. Chip Carey along with former Philly great Jeff Rancour. How about these two Eastern rivals? The Braves have 19 wins this month. The Phillies have 18 wins. Something's got to give in this series.
Well, when you start June and you're the Phillies and you're the Braves and you look up and you're 12 games behind the Mets, it means you better get going. And both these teams have done that. And both, first way to do it, they've done it offensively. Both these two teams have been the best in the NL this month. Look at that, 5.9 runs per game. The Phillies 5.3. What I love, though, is look at the Braves, 837 OPS. Even though the Phillies are second, 765, almost 70 points separate them. So you start with the offense. Well, you got to have it on the other side, too. Both these teams have pitched really well. When you look at what they've done on that part, the Braves with ERA, Phillies not far behind. And then one thing that we've seen Philly has struggled with over the years, defense. Look at that this month. Second in fielding percentage, something you're not used to seeing. A good reason why they've been playing good. And as you said, a big series and a big pitching matchup tonight.
Two ace right-handers get after it. Charlie Morton for the Braves. Zach Wheeler, the Atlanta kid, who's been awfully tough for Atlanta to hit, opens up the series for the Phillies. Both these teams are coming in hot. They're also coming in a little bit wounded. When we come back, Kelly Crow will update you on the Braves roster and some injury news as we get you start in Philly tonight.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Synovus, the bank that helps you get there, and by NASCAR. Get your tickets online for NASCAR in Atlanta July 10th at atlantamotorspeedway.com.
Well, we're just about set to get the road trip started in Philadelphia. Just because the Braves had an off day yesterday doesn't mean there wasn't news surrounding this Braves ball club. For more on that, let's join Kelly Kroll. And first things first, Kelly, any news on Ronald Acuna tonight?
Well, you will not see him leading off. It's going to be Dansby Swanson doing that here tonight. Ronald Acuna Jr. stayed behind in Atlanta to continue getting treatment on that bruised left foot. He is considered day-to-day, but the team is hopeful he could still rejoin them even here in Philadelphia. As for other injury updates to pass along, Kenley Jansen placed on the 15-day IL with an irregular heartbeat. Jesus Cruz has been recalled and is with the team here, available tonight, but this is something that Jansen has been dealing with from quite some time, and Brian Snitker even went back to 2018 in Colorado and said this is very similar to something he dealt with then, and the hope is that after being down for a couple days, he could start throwing again, keep that arm going, and they do not expect him to need more than that 2-week stint. In the meantime, guys, you can expect Will Smith and AJ Minter to get the bulk of the closing duties, but how nice for Snit that he has quite a few guys back there who've done that before.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kelly. Great report, and get well soon, guys. Ronald and Kenley, can't wait to see you back with the club. And hopefully the Braves, with this Toyota starting lineup, can beat up on Zach Wheeler, who's the Phillies ace. Mike Ford gets his first start for the Braves. He's the DH tonight. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, Michael Harris II gets his first start in Philadelphia, but what a man to face. As Zach Wheeler, the Atlanta kid, has given the Braves a lot of trouble.
You can see the 7 home starts, Chip, a 1.49, only giving up 1 home run here, which when you think about the size of this park, that's pretty incredible. It's great numbers against the Braves. You know you got that 97, 98 fastball, good slider. A lot of the reason that Mike Ford's in there tonight. Maybe a chance for a home run. Should be a low-scoring game. Hopefully they can get a couple early.
Well, who better to get the offense started than red-hot Dansby Swanson, who comes into play tonight with a 9-game hitting streak. 15 hits in that stretch for the Braves, and he swings the first one and drives it into right center field. And the catch made by Mickey Moniak for out number one. 1 pitch, 1 out. Jeffrey, what are your Ford keys for victory tonight?
Well, 4, 5, 6 to me is a big key. You look at Riley Ozuna, Mike Ford, one of those guys maybe to pop a 2-run homer at some point might be the difference in this game. And for Charlie, the swing and miss has been huge. 32 Ks in his last 3 games, 58 swing and misses. If he can get that here tonight, should give the team a good chance.
1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Travis d'Arnaud, the Braves catcher's on a great run. He's got 4 homers, 4 doubles in his last 9 games played. And you were joking with Travis about this spot in the Braves offensive lineup.
It's not your prototypical 2-hole hitter.
But he is swinging a hot bat for the Braves. d'Arnaud at .269 for the season, with 10 homers, 34 driven in. And Wheeler's got his A+ stuff to start. A swing and a miss. Braves saw the Phillies earlier this year. They went 2-2 back in Atlanta. d'Arnaud was a cold hitter in that series. See if he can heat up tonight as this ball is walloped toward the gap in left center field at the 374 sign and gone. A solo home run for d'Arnaud. The Braves strike first in the first. It's 1-0 Atlanta in Philadelphia.
Now, Travis continues his hot hitting streak. Just told you, Wheeler giving up 1 home run, and it was his first start here this year. So it's been over 2 months. That's location. You see him trying to go away. Look how smooth that is. He is in a great spot right now, and a big home run to left center.
Well, maybe we're catching Wheeler at the right time. He's coming off, by his standards, a rather poor start against the Texas Rangers. So Charlie Morton staked to a 1-0 lead before he's thrown a pitch tonight. d'Arnaud's 11th home run and his 5th in the last 10 Braves games. Here's Matt Olson. And that missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I said in the pregame for the Braves, with the emotion of what took place on the 7-game homestand, as a group, I think it's good they get out of town. And I would guess, Jeff, individually for Matt, good to get out of town and start this road trip. What with all the fanfare, and justifiably so for Freddie Freeman.
I thought he had a great weekend with all the pressure in the world. And like you said, now he's kind of able to take a deep breath and get a fresh little start up here.
Fought that off, back to the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Olson 1 double away from a new franchise record for 2 base hits before the All-Star break. We're at the end of June. He's got 29 2 base hits. Remarkable work. The pitch is off the plate. 2-2 the count. Very quiet crowd as the Braves ambush Wheeler here in the first inning. And no swing on the appeal at third. Full count. John Libka calling balls and strikes tonight. Quinn Walcott, Alex Tossi, and Jim Reynolds, the rest of the big league umpiring crew. The pitch. Swing and a towering high fly ball to right. Herrera on the run. Warning track. Wall. It's gone. Back-to-back homers for Atlanta in the first. A towering solo home run. That's how you start a road trip, Matt Olson. It's 2-0.
I had a chance to catch up with Matt a little before. He's not played too much here in Philadelphia, and I told him it's a great place to hit. And you can see this, 379, didn't smoke it, but got it high enough. Key to that was he was 1-2, got the count to 3-2, so he got a strike.
It's the 7th time this year the Braves have hit back-to-back homers. 2-0, and Riley didn't get that. A swing and miss. So as you said, Wheeler has given up 1 home homer until this first inning tonight.
Braves double that pretty quick.
So keep getting while the getting's good against Zach Wheeler if you can.
Kind of stunned the crowd here a little bit too.
Austin Riley, a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And that missed up and in. Austin had 7 hits against the Phillies back in Atlanta, went 7 for 12 in that series at Truist Park. One of those hits was a home run. And his 16th pitch is rifled back toward us and off to our right. Oh, what a catch!
One-handed.
That was a bullet off the bat of Austin Riley. And a fan reached up to our right, didn't even flinch. Made a super grab.
Pretty nice.
Give that fan a contract, they would say. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases empty. And fouled off Riley's leg.
He had a beer in the left hand and caught it with the right.
Like I said,
that's talented.
Nary a drop spill. That's not easy to do. Outfield straightaway and deep for Riley. The pitch is low. Braves aren't chasing here in the early going.
Well, making them work.
Last start for Wheeler came in Texas. 4 runs, 2 earned in only 4 1/3 innings. He threw 99 pitches in that game. And that one good enough to get Riley for his first strikeout. 2 in, 2 out. And Marcell Ozuna is coming up.
Well, Marcell told us on the plane last night, Chip. Said 3 in Philly, 3 in Cincy. Time to get hot.
I'm not going to argue with him.
No.
I'll take that kind of production, wouldn't you? Ozuna batting .227 on the year. He's hit 14 home runs. And that's down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. We got to figure the law of averages at some point is going to catch up to Zach Wheeler facing the Braves, right?
You would hope.
Because he's been awfully good against the Bravos. That ball on the ground toward first, and Wheeler will get to the bag in time, and that will retire the side. 7 times this year the Braves have hit back-to-back homers. They turn the trick here in the first inning. Travis d'Arnaud hits one to left. Matt Olson hits one a long way out to right. And the Braves off to an excellent start in Philly. Charlie Morton to work with a 2-0 lead. First inning, they've jumped on top of the Phillies. Now Kyle Schwarber and company go to work. Phillies have hit their share of homers this month. The Braves have won 19 games in June. The Phillies have won 18, in large part because their offense has come to life. But clearly, Jeff, it's a different looking Toyota starting 9 without Bryce Harper and without Gene Segura. And now they have to face Charlie Morton, who's been on a strikeout roll in his last 2 starts.
I was going to say, Charlie, again, just like last year, struggled the first kind of 2 months and then got it rolling. He has done that lately. 32 strikeouts in the last 3 games.
No decision for Morton against the Giants. 2 runs, no walks, 11 strikeouts. That was one of the Braves' 2 walk-off wins against San Francisco. As this one popped out of play by Kyle Schwarber. Speaking of non-prototypical guys at the top of the order, he's certainly one of them.
Well, he's been their hottest hitter as of late. He's been on a nice run through this streak. 21 home runs on the year for him.
He's gotten on base in 30 straight games for the Phillies. As that spins up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Charlie Morton, a former Philly, had an injury-plagued season here with the Phillies. Then went to Houston, turned his career around. Then to Tampa Bay, and now the Braves as a close pitch goes Schwarber's way. 3-1 the count. Popped up right behind the plate. d'Arnaud will give chase, but he'll run out of real estate. And Morton has the count full for Kyle Schwarber.
Kind of crazy to think the Braves, this is their first trip in this late in June to Philadelphia. Look, with the weather in April, I'm not complaining.
Good point.
Just different.
Brave shift for Schwarber as Charlie goes to work quickly. The payoff pitch is laced toward left. And that's near the 329 foul pole. I tell you what, this is a very friendly, comfortable place to hit down the lines.
Just always say it was fun to come here and hit, but then at the same time when you face Halladay, Lee, and Hamels, it was more fun in BP. Wait for one of those bullpen guys to come in.
Another payoff, and Schwarber protects, skies it out of play, foul. It's amazing how different the Phillies team and organization looks from one series to the next against Atlanta. When we last saw these guys, Joe Girardi was their manager. He no longer is. And the Phillies have won 18 of 24 games. The pitch. He is downstairs. 31 straight games aboard for Schwarber. A leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, sometimes you make changes, try to jumpstart a team. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But for them, they've been able to kind of respond. It's a long-time baseball man in there like Brian Snitker.
Rob Thompson.
Yep.
Many years with the Yankees.
He's been Joe Girardi's kind of right-hand man for a long time.
And the Phillies have responded very positively. Here's Rhys Hoskins. He's in a bit of a slide. 7 for his last 36 at the plate. But like Schwarber, Hoskins, as you know, not afraid to take ball 4. 1 ball, no strikes to the Philly first baseman. Braves have a 3-man shift on the left side of the infield for the right-hand hitting Philly first baseman. And look, this is how they have to play. This is a defensively challenged team. They still, Jeff, haven't really figured out their bullpen. You know, with Wheeler, Nola, and Suarez, those are their 3 best starters. They got to score runs.
Yep.
Now the challenge again for Philadelphia going forward. They're going to be without Harper and Segura for at least 2 months as they try to hang in with the Braves and Mets. Their starter has had sterling command here in the opening inning. 2 balls and a strike. Dangerous pitch. 3 balls and a strike.
See if he can maybe get a 2-seam or something in on him and get him to roll over.
Nope. Bullet into left field. A base hit. 2 are on with nobody out. As Schwarber takes an aggressive turnaround second. And the Phillies threaten here in the first inning. A walk and a single brings up Nicholas Castellanos, the DH.
Well, this is the guy for them without Bryce Harper. They need to step up. He's been on about a month where he hasn't hit a home run. You see this ball just up in the zone where Hoskins likes it. I'm actually lucky that ball is only a single. So this is the guy they signed, and bring some power to that order behind Harper. I was talking to Kevin Long, their hitting coach today, said they have been working on a lot of different things with him, trying to get him jump started and moved in the right direction.
Well, he's hitting to 8 double plays this year. That's second to Alec Bohm on the Phillies team. And Morton could use 2 for the price of 1 here as everything's up in the early going in Philly. 1 ball, no strikes. Castellanos, with the injury to Bryce Harper, was forced into action in right field. Do you think that has affected him at the plate?
Not to this extent.
Here's a good breaking ball.
Kevin was telling me, you just saw there, you see how he kind of jumped at it a little bit, so they're trying to get him to more stay in his legs, not go out and get it, but let the ball kind of come to him a little more. Something so simple that you see, but sometimes it's hard to change.
Castellanos, when he's right, is a doubles machine. Most doubles of any big league player since 2018. He's got 2 aboard, nobody out. Braves with back-to-back homers lead 2-0 as we continue here in the home first. And that fouled off Darno. Where'd that get him? That ball ricocheted back to the mound. Ooh, right off the left kneecap.
Yeah.
That's a rough way to start your defensive night.
Hit a nice bomb in the first inning, and that's how you get in the bottom of the first.
And now you get to squat for 150 more times in the game after your knee takes a punishment. But an important pitch for Charlie here with JT Realmuto on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schwarber and Hoskins are the Phillies base runners. Wind blowing gently toward the right field corner tonight. And foul back to the netting. Castellanos was able to stay alive.
We saw that pitch, the one before where he fouled it off. Good sink kept it down, and that one up in the zone. And I think that's something to watch for from Charlie tonight. So far in this first inning, a lot of pitches let her high.
And that is a dangerous way to pitch in this hitter-friendly place. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Castellanos forces another one. We've seen this a time or 2 from Charlie Morton. He'll get off to slow starts in that he has to throw a lot of pitches. We saw it in Colorado. He threw 41 pitches, I believe, in the first inning. Made his way through 5. He's not thrown strike 1 yet to a Phillies hitter on the first pitch. And the battle continues.
He's made some good pitches the last 2 or 3 and keeps getting enough to stay alive.
Pitch number 8 for Castellanos here in the first inning is on the way from Mr. Morton. There it is. And he chased a breaking ball. There's a big first out. And JT Realmuto, a double play candidate himself, will stand in with 1 out.
That was big time curveball. Look at the depth on this pitch. Starts out right in the middle. Ends up down by the chalk. And this is another guy for the Phillies that without Bryce Harper they need to get going. JT right now in his 8 years on pace for the lowest average he's ever hit.
Here we are, Jeff, 3 months into the season almost. He only has 5 home runs.
I know. You know, one thing I think, though, you know, over the past years, he would get some DH opportunities sometimes. And with Bryce Harper out in the DH all the time, he kind of had to go to the post catching.
2 on, 1 out, and Realmuto has caught the most innings of any big league catcher. And one has to think that that would affect his offensive production. As Charlie does throw a first pitch strike to the Phillies catcher at a couple of homers against the Padres on their just completed road trip. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Line drive into right center field. That's down for a hit. Schwarber's going to score. Hoskins on his way to third, and the Phillies come right back. It's a 2-1 game. They cash in the leadoff walk.
changeup from Charlie. Nice piece of hitting, just going back up the middle.
That'll bring up Didi Gregorius. He's the Phillies shortstop. If you're thinking about a double play from Didi, he has not hit into one in 126 at bats. Time to change that.
That means he's due, right?
Right. First and third. And back to first is Real Muto, who is 9 for 9 in stolen base tries this year. So a long first inning. Braves get back-to-back homers. The Phillies get a walk and 2 singles in their first run. 2-1 game. Charlie has had to use a lot of energy in this first inning. That was tipped and caught by Travis. 0-2. Odubel Herrera is on deck for the Phillies as Charlie sets and delivers. Breaking ball low. Didn't chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a warm night, but not at all uncomfortable.
No.
Weather much more pleasant than the blistering heat we faced in Atlanta last week.
See, after that back foot one, if he tries to kind of go up with a fastball here, let her high.
Chased, breaking ball, and Gregorius strikes out with the tying run at third. Now 2 are away, and Odubel Herrera's coming up.
Great pitch, went right back to it. This time a little bit higher. Ended right at the bottom of the zone. That was a big strikeout. Now you get a chance here. Seems his last couple batters he's starting to get command.
This guy's been a pest. Odubel Herrera had 4 hits, 4 RBIs back in Atlanta. Remember, he didn't play every game in that 4-game series. So he was a very destructive hitter, but he comes in, knock on wood, ice cold. 2 for his last 29 at the plate. And with Harper hurt and Castellanos DHing, Odubel Herrera is playing right. Stolen base for Real Muto. That takes away the force play. That's his 10th steal. Nice play by Swanson to keep that ball in the infield.
Very heads-up play right there. If he waits, that's a short hop that you don't know that you're going to be able to field cleanly. Instead, he came and charged that ball. Those are the little things that I'm telling you, if you watch every game that Dansby does, it kind of stands out to me from other guys.
So 2 in scoring position for Odubel Herrera. 5 homers, 17 RBIs on the season for him. As you watch Odubel swing the bat, Jeff, he has one of the most unique and unusual setups of any hitter, left-handed or right-handed in the major leagues.
Yeah. I'll tell you this though, for a smaller guy who's got as good a pop as anybody, hit that ball, remember, at Truist Park last month into the chop house up there.
Back foot on the back line. Front foot pointing at the pitcher with a wide open batting stance, and Charlie Morton takes care of that. 3 strikeouts in the inning, and the Phillies settle for 1. Atlanta still maintains the lead. Good start. 2 solo homers for the Braves, who enjoy a 2-1 lead heading to the second.
To the second, Mike Ford leading things off for the Braves, getting the start tonight as a DH, and said it is pretty cool considering he grew up just about an hour from here. And he's got a brother who is not on call. He mentioned the doctor of the family, so he gets to be here with his nieces. His parents came in last night, and he goes, the only thing missing, my golden retriever Carter. Wasn't able to make this trip, but cool to finally see some family and friends, familiar faces. He goes after being on 6 different teams already this year, guys. Still trying to get acclimated here with the Braves, but mentioned that walk against Kimbrel Sunday night. the most comfortable he has felt in the box in quite a while. He said the hitting coaches here have kind of pointed out a few keys. He's trying to build off of that. Of course, Frenchie, you know, nice to see 95, 96 before getting the start here tonight, but we like to have fun on this show, guys. And so, Frenchie, I want to note that he remembers coming here as a kid, and watching you play. So, not to make you feel old or anything.
I appreciate that.
I love that, Kelly.
He's still waiting on you to come say hi, by the way, as well.
He's an intimidating guy. I'm not going to lie to you.
That he is.
You walk by him, and he's cool, calm, and collective. It's a big guy. Good for him.
No balls, 2 strikes. Jeff gets his first. I used to watch you play as a member of the Braves broadcast.
But now I'm definitely going to have to go say hi to him tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
You know, though, I love it. Snit, we were talking last night, you know, he was talking about saying, why not put him in there and give him a chance? You know, he's got a good eye. Can put up a good AB,
yep.
And, you know, with a tough righty like this, maybe a matchup that you can take advantage of.
Well, it's been the lefties that have done most of the home run hitting damage against Zach Wheeler. But not this time, as Ford got a breaking ball and Wheeler has his second strikeout. That is out number 1. Orlando Arcia, the next hitter. He's our Synovus Get There player of the game.
He's done great work replacing Ozzie. 429 versus the NL East teams this year. And look, in 12 games, he's made only 1 error at second base. Pretty good for a guy that's a shortstop and has had to kind of transition over.
And of course, Arcia playing for Ozzie Albies, whom we also hope is getting well soon, feeling better, coming back from the broken foot suffered back in the early days of this month of June.
That's one thing you miss, just seeing his
smile, his energy.
It's infectious, man. Guys, it brightens your day.
As this one off the end of the bat, Wheeler will play it on a hop and shovels quickly for the second out. And 2 quickly away for Adam Duvall. With 9 career homers in this ballpark, hopefully this will be a favorable matchup for Adam as he faces Zach Wheeler. Braves start play tonight, 5 games behind the Mets in the East. The Mets are hosting Houston up at Citi Field. We'll keep you updated on that score as the evening goes along. Follow along on the bottom of your screen. The Bally Bar will update you on all the other action around big league ball tonight.
You know, I was just doing the math because that's kind of, you know, you made me feel old a minute ago. You and Kelly.
Yeah.
29, so 05. He would have been 12 years old watching me. Maybe I am getting older.
Welcome to the club. The pitch is hammered foul and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Way to go, Kel. Stay out of the way. As the nice-sized crowd in Philly tries to urge Zach Wheeler along. He gave up back-to-back homers in the first. He's a strike away from his first 1-2-3 inning here in the Braves second. And it's a fly ball right at Moniak in center. And that is the Atlanta inning. Lower third coming up for the Fightins. Good start. 2-1 Atlanta here in game 1. Partner Charlie Morton has the lead. Second inning coming up. He could use an easier frame. He labored through 31 pitches in the first, but struck out the side.
Yeah, you know, really his last 3 batters, Castellanos fouled off a lot, or last 4 struck him out. Real Muto, nice piece of hitting, but after that, a couple strikeouts, so hopefully he's calmed down. You saw Wheeler in the second. Morton needs a quick inning here.
Alec Bohm leads off and takes inside. 1 ball. No strikes. Bohm riding a 3-game hitting streak. But not a lot of power, just 4 home runs. And not a home run here as this one's popped up to Arcia right at the second base bag. And 2 pitches earns Charlie his first out here in the second inning.
Yeah, I'm looking up the board. 288 plate appearances for Bohm, only 4 home runs.
Well, that's what's so surprising as you look up and down this lineup. Bohm has 4 homers. We mentioned JT Realmuto has 5 of them. Didi Gregorius hasn't hit a home run in forever. That is so unlike a Philadelphia club, especially in this park.
Yep.
We hope that continues as we get our first look at Bryson Stott. Young player off to a nice start. 4 homers, 20 RBIs, but low batting average. 164.
You're right. You look at the Braves' first 5 hitters, all double digits. For the Phillies, only the first 2.
And again, they're without Harper, they're without Segura. Those are power guys in their lineup. But it does stand out, as does this young man, a former first-round pick by the Phillies 3 years ago out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 24 years old, Bryson Stott. And that one curling down the line and into the seats foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stott made some Phillies history. He was the first college shortstop ever selected by the Phillies since the advent of the amateur draft in 1965. Playing second base with Gregorius at shortstop and Segura hurting. So perhaps this guy's their shortstop of the future. He's the second baseman of the present in game 1 tonight. 2-2. And fouled away. We'll try again. Well, it just seems like yesterday that these guys had Ryan Howard and Chase Utley and Shane Victorino and Jimmy Rollins and Pat Burrell and Chooch Ruiz playing every day for them. As this ball is lifted into left field, a 2-strike hit for Stott. And he's aboard with 1 out, and Mickey Moniak's coming up.
I remember that too because they hit balls over my head all night.
Yeah. And won a World Series here in 2008. Now Mickey Moniak is coming up. They have looked far and wide for production out of center field. And Moniak, another #1 pick. That was 6 years ago. He played in 21 games for the Phillies last year and went 3 for 33. And up and away from Charlie. 1 ball, no strikes.
Kevin Long, their hitting coach, said he had a great spring training. Actually raked on the last day, got hit and got injured, and really has kind of set him back this year.
Yeah, broke his hand in the last exhibition game. And look, he and Dansby Swanson have something in common. Both were 1-1 players. This guy was the #1 overall pick in the draft back in 16. Straight left-hand hitter, and again to first, close play. And Stott is back safely. Schwarber is next, barring a double play. The Braves play Moniak to pull. And Uncle Charlie drops in to even the count. A ball and a strike. Moniak just turned 24 years old. Drafted out of high school by the Phillies. The stretch and pitch. Tell you what, they've done an excellent job this first time through the order, Jeff, of fouling pitches off.
It's funny with some of these lefties, Odubel Herrera, you saw the same thing, sticking with that big curveball of Charlie's.
So Charlie ready with his 44th pitch. Instead to first, and they got it. They picked off Stott. That's the third time Morton threw over, and Stott is erased for the second out.
And those first two he threw over there were pretty darn close too, and he finally got him. Look, he caught him leaning. Good job by Matt slapping that tag on him too. It's quick.
So after the pickoff, you're one strike away from sending this game to the third inning and keeping that pitch count a little more manageable for Charlie. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When Charlie's missed tonight, it's been up or well off the plate. The 2-2. Right above the letters, it's a full count again. High out of the zone, 3-2. High fly ball toward right, but that's going to be playable for Adam Duvall, and Charlie Morton with a curveball gets out of inning number 2 with a 1-run lead. Michael Harris II coming up next.
You could make a case for a lot of guys on this team. So what do you have to do to get to the All-Star game?
I voted myself in once. That didn't work.
Go to braves.com/vote. You can vote up to 5 times a day. Make it happen.
Ah, yes, it is still voting time for your Atlanta Braves for the All-Star game, which takes place at Dodger Stadium. As a broken bat hit off the bat of Michael Harris starts inning number 3 for the Braves. It's the first hit since Olson's second of 2 solo homers for the Braves, and Michael just keeps on keeping on, Jeff. He ambushes Zach Wheeler here.
Come on, what a great thing for him. You don't get many bloopers here in Philadelphia. Gets a cutter in, pulls those hands through. Just his approach continues to impress me night in and night out.
Well, the Braves have a National League best and Big League Baseball high, tying 6 players in position to advance to the finalist phase during All-Star voting. Dansby Swanson's in second place behind Trey Turner for the top 2 spots among shortstops in the National League. Ronald Acuna Jr. trails Mookie Betts for the highest vote getter in the National League by about 73,000 votes or so. William Contreras is second place behind Bryce Harper for DH. Bryce Harper's not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
So if you keep voting for Contreras, he could be the starting DH for the National League, as this one's lifted toward right. Herrera going back, still going back. Middle of the warning track and up against the wall, makes the play. Harris is going to tag, and he's going to heads up, move up. Productive out for Dansby Swanson. Good base running by Michael. He's in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, you saw Dansby put his head down. He had a perfect approach here. He's trying to shoot that ball to right center. And even by popping this ball up, got it all the way to the edge of the fence. And good job by Michael Harris getting back there knowing Odubel Herrera was going to catch that ball.
So a hit gets you a run back here. Darno with a home run in the first inning. So look, go to Braves.com. You can vote up to 5 times a day for your favorite Braves to make the All-Star team. The first round of voting, I believe, ends at the end of the month on the 30th. Then we move to the second phase of voting. There was some All-Star game news made by Brian Snitker yesterday. He has invited Dave Roberts and Davey Martinez to be a part of his National League coaching staff. Brian, of course, will manage the senior circuit by virtue of winning the World Series last year. So a big honor for him and the rest of his coaches.
I think that's classy with Dave Martinez. Poor guy never got to manage the All-Star game.
And that's exactly where Brian invited him.
Yep.
The national celebration of their 2019 World Series win was erased in the COVID year. No balls, 2 strikes. Harris a good lead at second. Wheeler ready. And that one poked out a play to the right. It's still 0-2. So Austin Riley, 66,000 votes behind Nolan Arenado. Travis d'Arnaud, second place behind Wilson Contreras of the Cubs and well ahead of Yadier Molina of the Cardinals. So the good play by the Braves being reflected in the balloting totals to this point. As this one's up the middle, base hit. Here comes Harris around third. He's going to score. Atlanta gets the run back. It's a 3-1 game and a 2 RBI night so far for Travis d'Arnaud. That's worth a vote or two.
Man. And I'll tell you something else. How many times you actually see a ground ball go up the middle now for a hit? With all the shifts, right? That's what I'm saying. This is usually an out. And a pitch off the plate, and Travis did a great job pitching it right back up the middle and driving into his second run. Another tack-on run, which is huge. Your pitcher gave one back in the first, and you were able to get one back here, make it a 2-run lead again.
And the good base running by Harris pays dividends too. As that's something I think that gets lost in this great month for the Braves, Jeff. We talk about all the homers and the big hits and the big strikeouts. This team's done a much better job of cleaning up their overall game in June.
And cutting down on strikeouts.
Yeah.
They really have.
One ball, no strikes. Now 2 balls, no strikes for Matt Olson. Hoskins will hold Travis d'Arnaud at first base. He's up to 36 ribbies now. Braves already 3 runs, 4 hits against Zach Wheeler. The pitch is cut on and missed. Wheeler's an amazing story. Well over 200 innings pitched last year. You know how many pitchers in Major League Baseball went over 200 innings?
Last year?
Yeah.
5 or 6?
4. 4. 200 plus innings pitched men. Wheeler was one of them. Finished second in the Cy Young race in the senior circuit. Swing and a miss by Matt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see last time the ball Matt hit a home run, it was a cutter in at 93. Now you're seeing Wheeler kind of stick with that 96, 97 up in the zone, try to get Matt to swing through it.
The 2-2 and pulled foul and out of play. Another 2-2 pitch is popped up back toward us and off to our left. Oh, and a fan with a glove had a chance to make the play and just absolutely muffed it.
Ball went right back over to the first deck, and then he got booed.
I think that fan was from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, right across the river here in Philadelphia. The 2-2 swing out of this. Matt's down on strikes. Wheeler has 3 of those. That's the second out in the Braves' third.
That was a good pitch after coming in a lot. Change up, painted away on the outside.
Austin had a few good cuts in the first inning, but struck out. He's got a career homer against Zach Wheeler. And And this one a bounding ball foul at third. Strike one for the Braves third baseman, our Yellowwood, bringing the lumber feature.
Nelson's done good work against the Phillies. Last series at home, he was 7 for 16. And a career .302 average versus Philly with 24 extra base hits and only 44 ball games.
But the bottom of that graphic is the most important one. Send him to the All-Star game. Go to Braves.com/vote.
I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
Sharply hit. Just foul. And it's quickly 0-2. Crowd trying to urge Wheeler on. Austin Riley trying to silence him with a 2-strike hit. Sharply hit into the right field corner. That's down. Herrera's going to have to play that off the fence. And Austin Riley will glide into second. He does keep the inning alive. A double on an 0-2 count. And they're at second and third with 2 outs in the Braves third. Haven't seen Zach Wheeler have this kind of trouble against the Braves in a while.
Think of that location. He's trying to go up and in. And if he does, he might get a jam job somewhere else. But he left it out. And Austin did a beautiful job of just shooting it to right field.
Again, that's one of the things that I was alluding to, and how this team has cleaned up things offensively.
Yep.
Not being so pull conscious. Hit it where it's pitched. And now a chance to really make life tough on the Phillies. A hit here gets you 2 runs. Ozuna bounced out his first time up. And fouled away strike one. It's always fun when we play the Phillies. Ozuna and JT Realmuto, 2 former teammates in Miami. They seem to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
In their batter's box battles. .95 tipped at the plate. It's quickly 0-2. Wheeler up to 50 pitches now. Darno, an RBI single, now stands at third. Riley doubled him there. He's at second base. Michael Harris scored the third Braves run. And now the 0-2 pitch. Chased one up and out of the strike zone, and Zach Wheeler out of further trouble. But the Braves, doing all the little things, had some fun in the third inning. It started with a broken bat hit. Then on a fly ball to right, Michael tags and moves to second. Then Travis d'Arnaud with another hit and a run scored. And just like that, the Braves lead game 1, 3-1. Champion Braves baseball is presented by Truist. We join you tonight from Philadelphia and Citizens Bank Park, where the Braves have scored 3 early runs against Zach Wheeler. Charlie Morton is on the mound for Atlanta, and he'll face the top of the Philadelphia order and Kyle Schwarber here in the home third inning. Schwarber walked and scored the first Phillies run. JT Realmuto singled him home. Schwarber has gotten on base in 31 straight games. And didn't chase that. Ball 2. This is how the Phillies want to play. Like I said, Schwarber will take walks. Hoskins will take walks, and that sets the table for the middle of their order. at the bottom of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. And almost hit him. 3 balls and 1 strike for Kyle Schwarber, the former Cub, the former Nat, now current Philly. And he walks again. Charlie's making life tough on himself. Second leadoff walk in the first 3 innings. And that's how the home third starts in a 2-run Braves game. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Need to get the ball down. Get the ball on the ground from Rhys Hoskins. You like your chances to get 2. Schwarber not the fleetest of foot as he stands at first, and that one way outside. Ball 1.
Charlie's made some quality pitches tonight at times, but he's missed a few times too, like that pitch that you're not used to seeing.
Hoskins needed a reset. He singled his first time up. Again played as a pull hitter. Big pickoff play from Morton earlier in the game. That took a little heat off of him in the second inning. Don't expect Schwarber to be frisky on the base paths, not with this part of the lineup coming up. But he does have 4 stolen bases. One thing I'm noticing, Jeff, about Charlie, he is working at a warp speed. I mean, he is getting the ball and throwing it. There's not a whole lot of wasted time between pitches.
Which to me is great for your defense, but maybe for him every once in a while try to reset yourself.
The first couple of innings, everything's higher than high. Now here in the third, everything's lower than low. Rick Kranitz, former pitching coach here in Philly, begins to pace in the Atlanta dugout. Dangerous count, 3-0. And he had the green light. 3 balls and a strike. Back-to-back walks here in the third inning. And here is Nicholas Castellanos. Eight-pitch at bat for Castellanos in the first inning before Charlie struck him out. Double play depth for the Atlanta defense. And a shot to right, but right at Duvall, who dives and makes the catch. The throw's going to come into second, and the runner at first takes off and is going to be tagged out. Was that a triple play or was time called? Everybody took off. Duvall made the catch, and the Braves are saying triple play. The Phillies base runners were advancing like the ball was trapped. It looked clear that Duvall caught it, and wandering off first base was Hoskins.
Yeah, I will tell you this, though. I think Schwarber, if they did call a catch, tagged. I think he was still on second. Now, Hoskins, on the other hand, I think would be out because they tagged him. I don't know what he was doing. I thought he made the catch.
Well, the Braves tagged Hoskins, and then they threw the ball back to second base, stepped on the pillow there in case there was no tag.
Yeah.
And so it should at the very least be 2 outs here, and maybe 3.
Let's take a look.
First, let's see if he caught it.
Yeah, see, he caught that ball. So right here, Schwarber's going to be safe because he was on second. Absolutely. He caught that.
And they just called triple play. There's the catch. They say Schwarber didn't tag and Hoskins didn't tag, and now Thompson wants an appeal here. The Braves are walking off the field like it's a triple play. So I think the Phillies are first going to challenge and make sure the ball was caught.
Did they call it a catch?
They're challenging the entire play, and that pretty much sums up what took place here. Well, from the angles I saw, it looked like the ball was in Adams' glove, and even if you challenge that, I don't know if there's enough to see.
They had to call it a catch because it's the only way to get a triple play, or the guy's safe at first base. I think the question's going to come to me, was Schwarber on second when he caught the ball? I thought he was. But, well,
you see Hoskins retreating back to first. There's the catch.
It's a catch.
And Duvall alertly fires the ball in quickly.
See if we can get an angle where if Schwarber was on second when he caught it.
Well, Arcia caught the ball.
Yeah, so he tagged Hoskins, so that's 2 outs for sure.
But Arcia caught the ball touching the bag. If he had not tagged,
what I'm saying is I think Schwarber might have tagged.
We'll see if the Major League Baseball review guys have better angles or different angles than we do. And the umpire, we're told at second base, never called out when Arcia caught the ball at the second base bag. So Morton's going to throw here just in case the inning continues. So first, is it a catch, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1 out.
I know it looks like it might, but I think the ball was in his webbing the whole time, even when it takes it to the ground. So I think the only thing we're questioning now is, was Schwarber on second when that happened, or had he taken off? And we'll see if we can get an angle at some point on that.
Well, the whole Atlanta team is standing at the third base bag thinking this is a triple play. So there's a lot of things that could be challenged here, and that's why Thompson, the Phillies interim manager, said we're challenging the entire play, and who can blame him? You could have 1 out, 2 outs, 3 outs. Take your pick. Or no outs if they say it wasn't a catch.
That's definitely a catch. The ball was in the webbing.
Okay, so let's sync up the angles first with the catch and then the base runner Schwarber at second base.
Yes, that's going to be a tag. I thought I had seen him out of the corner of my eye on the bag, so I think it's going to end up being a runner at third and 2 outs. But hey, we'd still take, right?
Yeah. But what a wild sequence, and in fairness to the umpires, we've looked at this angle now, what, 5-6 times, and it's still a very, very close call, even when we can slow it down with replay to ensure that Adam Duvall made the grab in right field. The call on the field is out. Now we'll see how many outs are recorded.
It did make a good point, though. That second base umpire, when he touched the bag, never called Schwarber out.
Alex Tossi is the second base umpire. And it looks like word is almost in from New York as to how this play is going to be scored. Here we go. So we got 2 outs out of it. Our rules expert, Jeff Rancourt, came up with the right answer.
Thank you, Chip. That was a crazy play, but it did. Whether Schwarber meant to or not, he had just, you saw, held it. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, big plate for the Atlanta Braves here. Now Charlie Morton. That ball's on the ground. Now you have bases loaded and nobody out. Instead, you got a chance to get one more out and get out of this thing.
But the man that's provided the lone Phillies RBI is the man in the batter's box. And it's JT Realmuto. If you're scoring with us, Hoskins is out 9-4. Castellanos flies out to right in a very unconventional double play. 1 ball, no strikes for the Phillies catcher. Braves by 2. We're in the 3rd inning. And that almost hit JT.
I think honestly the big key on that play is thinking, did Hoskins not watch the umpire call out to go back to first base?
Well, and Adam didn't spectate either. He made the grab, threw back in quickly, and caught that man napping between first and second. So Morton pitching Realmuto extremely carefully here. 3 balls, no strikes. Already 61 pitches for Charlie Morton tonight. Remember, the Braves have a reworked bullpen here in game 1. JT, a 3-0 pitch, curling foul and out of play. It's 3-1. In the air, right at Duvall, and that is going to end the Phillies inning. What a break.
What an inning.
What a wild inning. Yeah, back-to-back walks. Then Adam Duvall with a sprawling grab starts a double play, and then a fly out to right preserves a 3-1 Atlanta lead as we go to the 4th inning. Time for our game nugget brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We start a 6-game road trip, 3 in Philly, 3 in Cincinnati to start the month of July.
11 road games this month. The Braves have had 6 or more runs in 8 of them. They've held opponents to 2 or fewer runs in 6 of the 11 road games this month. So, you know what? Go to Braves.com/vote and send those guys out to LA.
Man that idolized Jeff Francoeur here in Philadelphia oh so many years ago. I love that. Mike Ford leads off here in the 4th inning. Mike struck out looking his first time up. I heard Kelly's report earlier in the game. Mike has friends and family here tonight. All he's missing is his emotional support golden retriever. As this one is lined to Didi Gregorius, and Ford is retired. 1 out for the Braves.
Maybe he can come hang in the booth with us tomorrow. Bring him to the game.
Oh, the dog?
Yeah.
Or Mike?
No.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No. Hope Mike's out there.
Well, yeah, you said he. I didn't know who you meant. Just want to clear that up just in case. I mean, you are our emotional support animals, so I don't know if we can handle 2 of them. Here at Citizens Bank Park, Arcia the batter. And in for a strike. 3 homers, 13 ribbies for Orlando on the year. And a tapper back to the mound his first trip. And look out, couldn't get out of the way of that. It's 0-2. Just joining us, you've missed an awful lot of action in the first 3 innings of a big league game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Back-to-back homers for the Braves in the first inning. Manufactured a run in the 3rd. Phillies had all kinds of traffic in a long first and got just 1. As Arcia's rung up, there's Wheeler's 5th strikeout. And just like that, 2 are out for Adam Duvall, who popped out in his first and only trip to the plate. Well, you feel good with a lead of any kind against Zach Wheeler, but 3-1 in this ballpark is almost an inconsequential advantage, as you well know.
Yep. Got to keep tacking on.
I told you Duvall has enjoyed hitting in this park in his career. 9 lifetime homers at Citizens Bank. Memory serves, have actually made the ballpark a little bigger in left field. They actually moved the fences back 3 or 4 feet. When this place opened up, number one, it was beautiful. Quite a change from Old Veterans Stadium. But it drove Bobby Cox crazy watching Ryan Howard hit pop-ups off the end of the bat that floated into the seats.
Still remember he had 3 home runs off Huddy here.
1 ball, 1 strike. And a chopper toward Bohm at third. He backs up, loads up, throws low at first, and just in time. And that will retire the side. Wheeler has a 1-2-3 fourth. Charlie Morton hopes for the same. He enjoys a 2-run lead in game 1. Braves lead 3-1 in the opening game of 3 with the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Here's our player comparison brought to you by Landmark. Jeff touched on this earlier tonight. Charlie seems to have turned a corner in his last 3 starts for the Braves.
He's 76 batters in those 3 games, struck out 32 of them with only 1 walk. His K percentage the last 3 starts at 42%, so much better. Maybe he's pitched in a little bit of a trouble tonight, but he's been able to make pitches to get out of it.
Well, that's what you love about Charlie. Veteran guy. He's been down this road more than a handful of times as he nurses a 2-run lead. But needless to say, not as sharp tonight as he's been in his last 2 outings. As you mentioned, 20 strikeouts in 14 innings coming into this game, where he's walked 3. One of them has scored. He just hasn't really had anything as a go-to first pitch strike.
It's fallen behind a lot of these hitters.
Phillies already in the first 3 innings of this game have 6 at-bats with a runner in scoring position. Real Muto has the only hit and RBI to this point. It's 3 balls, no strikes.
3 of the last 4 hitters has fallen behind 3-0.
And another 4-pitch walk. That is 3 innings out of 4 tonight. Charlie Morton has walked the leadoff man. I can't remember him ever doing that with the Braves. And Rick Kranitz trying to figure out how to solve Charlie's control issues here in the first 4 innings. As Odubel Herrera is the batter, he struck out in his first trip, and punch-out ended a Phillies first inning threat. Morton has 3 strikeouts. They all came in the opening frame. First pitch swing after a 4-pitch walk, popped up. Riley near the netting, has room at the dugout rail. Thank you very much. Herrera over anxious. 1 pitch, 1 on, 1 out.
Well, good job by Austin Riley sprinting over there. This park, a lot of times that ball, when it's fouled off like that, comes all the way back. And Austin's played here enough to know it, got over and made the play. And that's the thing, for as much trouble as Charlie's been in, he's been able at the same time to get some easy 1-2 pitch outs like that have really saved his pitch count.
Alec Bohm's a double play candidate. As we told you, he popped out in his lone trip. If Alec Bohm weren't a baseball player, he is built like a small forward in the NBA. He's 6'6", 6'7", I think. Big, tall, angular kid. And physically reminds me an awful lot of Jason Worth, who played for,
where's that same number,
a lot of years here in Philly. Alec will turn 26 in August. And digs in against Charlie Morton with 1 strike. Right off his knuckles and foul at first. Bohm got sawed off and is behind 0-2. So Charlie's gotten ahead. Let's see if he can finish Bohm off without too much trouble. And he can't. A base hit to right on a 2-strike count. Duvall got to it quickly. And the Phillies have first and second with 1 out. That's something that plagued the Braves on the homestand, I thought. There were a handful or two of 2-strike hits that caused them some problems, especially against the Giants.
I know Braves really caught a break here because that's a ball that's up, was not hit hard to right field, had Adam Duvall going all the way over. And Didi Gregorius could only get to second on that ball.
So first and second, double play is still in order, and Bryson Stott is coming up. He singled and then was picked off back in the second inning. And Charlie strike 1. 3-1 Braves lead, 4th inning. That's bounced into the Phillies dugout. So back-to-back hitters, Jeff, get to 0-2.
Now you got a young player up there. See if Charlie can get him to kind of expand, whether it's down with that off-speed pitch or higher than high with fastball.
Braves are using pitch comm with a runner at second base. That's Didi Gregorius. As Charlie has the sign he likes in the pitch. He was higher than high and almost to the backstop.
He did hear me.
1-2 your count. Nothing has come easy for Charlie tonight. 31 pitches in the first. That was close, but didn't get the corner. 2-2. Tying runs aboard for the Phillies. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on the ground, Olsen short hop. He'll concede the bases for the second out. And Mickey Moniak is coming up, second and third, but now 2 outs.
A good play, though. Only play by Matt here.
Moniak flied out in his lone trip. Bryce Harper got hurt. Moniak was called back from the AAA affiliate of the Phillies, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
It's a good name.
Charlie continues out of the stretch and missed the corner. He's 8 for 18 in first pitch strikes so far in the game,
which is the last 3 starts for him. We saw him get ahead a lot of these hitters, hence the big strikeout numbers.
And when he's coming set, he is touch and go at the belt. I mean, it is no wasted motion. And another strike, perfectly executed. Now he's a strike away from sending us to the 5th.
Trying to pitch out of another jam here in the 4th.
A couple of breaking balls back to back. Let's see what Charlie does ahead in the count. Blew him away with a fastball, tipped and caught, and that's your inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Charlie's through 4. He's worked hard, but he enjoys a 3-1 lead with Michael Harris, Dansby Swanson, and Travis d'Arnaud coming up. Started a rally with a broken bat hit and scored the last Braves run. Right guys are coming up. Michael, Dansby, and Travis against Zach Wheeler, who has had a few labors of his own so far tonight. Wheeler has struck out 5 men because he's gone 12 for 17 and throwing strike 1 to the Braves hitters so far tonight. And got that one in at the knees. It's 0-1. Astros helping the Braves out tonight. 5-0 Houston. That game in the 5th inning. This one on the ground to second. Stott will field and flip. And Harris is retired for out number 1. Time to take a look at our Zaxby's indescribably good player. As we said, Dansby Swanson is going to be in the final All-Star voting tabulation for shortstops and maybe deserves to start.
Yeah, I mean, only Trey Turner has a higher average, and Dansby's defense has been much better. He's hit .339 since April 26th. Only Goldschmidt has more hits in the NL, so get on Braves.com/vote and send Dansby to Hollywood.
I mean, he just looks like Hollywood, doesn't he?
He does, with that hair.
Dansby on the red carpet at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. You couldn't write a better script for a season than what he's authored in the month of June. Riding a 9-game hitting streak at the moment. 0 for 2 tonight. And takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. What I like about Dansby too is a lot of his damage early in the season came hitting in the bottom of the lineup. He's really flourished hitting first and second this year for the Braves. There's another shot hit toward right. That one curling toward the netting and into the seats foul. And Swanson back to the plate. Behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wheeler peers over the glove, now back to work. And a good take. It's an even count.
Yeah, Wheeler's had those 2 innings where he's had to throw over 20. Other than that, just a couple short innings, which has enabled him to keep that pitch count. 69th pitch coming up of the night.
And a sinker got Swanson, swing and a miss. And that is strikeout number 6. 2 away. Travis d'Arnaud coming up. He got the fun started, Jeff, in the 1st.
They did. We're going to take a look at Travis and Matt Olson's back-to-back home runs in that 1st. Our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 2 complete opposite home runs. Travis's might have got, you see the height, 61 feet, where Matt's 165 feet high. But nonetheless, both got him an early 2-0 lead.
d'Arnaud couldn't resist, is down a strike. It's 0-1. d'Arnaud 2 for 2, 36 RBIs. He's got 2 of the Braves ribbies in this game. 5 homers in his last 10 games. What a difference a year makes for Travis d'Arnaud.
Bunch of doubles too.
Yep. Had 4 of those as well. Just speaks to the depth of the Braves club. Again, you're without Ozzie Albies, you're without Ronald Acuna Jr. and you put Dansby first, d'Arnaud second, and you barely skip a beat just from an offensive standpoint tonight. but he's healthy after missing more than half the season last year with a torn thumb ligament. d'Arnaud is swinging the bat like the silver slugger he is. And the pitch. Doesn't get that. Up and out of the zone, full count. Phillies will have the top of their order coming up in the 5th inning. High pitch count for Charlie Morton, but he has a 3-1 lead. A former #1 pick of the Phillies, now trying to beat him up in game 1. He's got 2 ribbies, looking for a 3rd here. And the 3-2 pitch. High fly ball down the line and right. Herrera near the line, and that wall is there to make the play, and that will retire the side. Top of the order up for the Phillies. 5th inning, Braves lead by 2.
Is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Man, a gorgeous sunset in Philadelphia tonight. Nice line score for the Braves, who lead 3-1 here in game 1. Nice crowd here in southeastern Pennsylvania at Citizens Bank Park. This has always been one of my favorite road cities to visit, especially this ballpark. They did a great job here. As Morton to Schwarber. Kyle has walked twice, leading off the 1st and the 3rd innings. Charlie's got to get through this inning to qualify for the win. He's up to 80 pitches. Breaking ball, fly ball, no carry to that. Harris and Duvall converge. It'll be Adam in right center, and that's out number 1. So good start. Schwarber's out quickly, and Rhys Hoskins is your hitter. I thought it was interesting reading the comments of Dave Dombrowski, the Phillies president here, trying to rally the troops after Bryce Harper broke his thumb. And he's going to have surgery tomorrow to repair the thumb. It's going to be a while before Bryce is able to come back. But he used an interesting comparison to try to motivate this fan base and the Phillies by saying, hey, the Braves lost Acuna last year and won the World Series.
And what was my response to you when I saw that? They also added Soler, Jock Peterson, Eddie Rosario, Adam Duvall. Not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be tough to that production. He was having an MVP type year.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Phillies have, if not a team record payroll, perhaps very close to it.
Yeah. I think at the 4th highest in baseball.
And John Middleton, their primary owner, has said, hey, we're going to spend money. They've done that. It just hasn't all meshed together the way they've hoped.
Well, no, I think the hard thing is you're not close enough to the trade deadline that you really can kind of put feelers out yet or see, or without overpaying for people. And at the same time, sorry, Chip, as that ball is fouled off, even as we take a look here, Saturday in San Diego.
That's just a bad miss.
Yep.
And Harper was visibly upset and frustrated. He knows Snell didn't try to hurt him. But remember, Bryce Harper got hit in the face by Genesis Cabrera and already dealing with an elbow injury. Harper now unable to go for the next couple months. And taking deeper, if the Phillies want to go add somebody, I think the knock on their organization the last couple of years, Jeff, is their player development system hasn't borne the fruit that they thought it would have.
It's tough to have the prospects to go out there and do that.
In a real tough spot in this rough and tumble East, as the 2-2 pitch is bounced slowly toward Dansby. He'll charge and he'll fire high to first, but Olsen reaches up to make that play, and Charlie Morton gets a ground ball out quickly, 2 away. So for Mr. Thompson, that's the challenge. Remember, they got off to a hot start, had a favorable schedule after he took over for Joe Girardi. But without Bryce Harper, he's their superstar. Obviously, that's a lot to overcome.
And the problem is, if you wait 3-4 weeks, the way the Braves are playing right now, the way that the Mets are playing, you could end up finding yourself 8, 9, 10 games out. And then
what do you do? 2
teams in front of you, that's tough.
Nick Castellanos, the batter. And he golfs that one to short. Dansby's got that. Charlie Morton has a breeze in the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down.
That's huge. That might get him one more inning.
And we'll send it to the 6th, up 3-1. In the 1st inning, got the night started right. Atlanta leads 3-1 as we move to the 6th inning. And speaking of homers, for each one hit by the Braves over the next 4 years, Truist will donate $755 to the Braves Foundation's Henry Louis Aaron Fund with a minimum commitment of $1 million. An update on our homers for Hank as of today: 110 homers have raised over $83,000. And that total is going to continue to rise, you'd figure, on this road trip. Weather's supposed to warm up the next 2 days in Philadelphia. Then we head to Cincinnati to take on the Reds at the Great American Ballpark. Matt Olson homered in the 1st inning, one of 7 back-to-back homers hit by the Braves so far this year. Zach Wheeler has punched out 6 in his first 5 innings tonight. Wry smile from Matt as Wheeler got away with the pitch. He took it 0-1. We have seen Wheeler face the Braves where he goes through the lineup a 3rd time in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. Well, he's starting his 3rd trip now in the Atlanta 6th.
And he's still piling up some strikeouts, but the Braves hitters have made him work, made him throw some deeper counts. And kudos to Charlie for not having your A+ stuff, even B+ probably. Still got a 3-1 lead, and he's through 5 innings. He's going to get a chance to go back out there, I think, for the 6th.
Braves bullpen is stirring around, but nobody throwing yet as this ball is hit to center. And Mickey Moniak makes that grab, and that is 8 in a row set down by Zach Wheeler. Ronald Dansby and William Contreras are in 2nd place for All-Star votes in their positions. Austin Riley, Matt Olson, and Adam Duvall are also still in contention. The final vote round is July 5th through the 8th, and the Braves will give away 15,000 movie sequel posters on Tuesday the 5th for any player who makes the final vote round. You want these movie posters for your home or office? Go to Braves.com/tickets and vote daily at Braves.com/vote. In fact, we're told a select number of fans will get a poster actually signed by the Braves featured.
Nice.
On that poster. That's a great promo started by Adam Zimmerman and the Braves media relations staff, promotion staff. There's no better promotion than winning, and the Braves have done that to the tune of a 42-32 record. Doubled and has struck out. He's behind in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And didn't get that ball in the dirt. 7 strikeouts for Wheeler. And 9 up, 9 down for the Atlanta offense. There's Marcell Ozuna's coming up. Wheeler now 93 strikeouts, 7 away from 100. This is his 14th start of the season.
Yeah, I would say he's on pace for another 200 strikeouts.
Marcell digging in. We had the bases empty, 6th inning. And off the plate. Ball one. Astros 9-0 over the Mets. That game's in the 5th inning in New York. Could be a very profitable night. You could gain ground on the Phillies and the Mets if this score holds. Atlanta 5 games behind New York, with 15 games head-to-head with the Mets later on this year. Hard to believe that as of June 1st, the end of play on that day, the Braves were 10.5 games out of first place. If they could sweep this series in Philadelphia, they would set a franchise record for the most wins in the month of June ever. The record is 21 victories. The Braves have 19 so far. Ozuna takes up and away. That's ball 4, and the rally continues here in the 6th inning with Mike Ford coming up. And before Mike digs in, let's enjoy a quick message from Racetrack.
Fuel up like the Freeze does with whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
Five RBIs for Ford with 3 big league teams this year. Runner at first, 2 outs. And did not swing. 1 ball, no strikes. Wheeler's had great control tonight. Only 1 walk. And that's Ozuna here with 2 outs. The pitch up and away. Mike had a key walk in that Dodgers series. There's later pinch run for, but hey, that's why he's in the lineup. He'll take ball 4.
That's what Snit was most impressed with. He's got a good eye too.
Made Wheeler throw a strike. It's 2-1. Wheeler threw 99 pitches in 4 1/3 innings in his last start. He's pushing toward the mid-90s here. And that curled around the plate. Ball 3.
And a lot of sliders and off speed to Mike.
I would think you throw a fastball to this guy at your own
Yeah,
peril,
I mean,
right?
we saw a 2-0 slider to get back in the count. 2-1, now 3-1. See if he does the same.
Short lead at first for Ozuna. Now the 3-1. Pulled a string. Good pitch. You see that so often. What was an automatic fastball count? Just it seldom happens that way.
Now he's gone 2-0 slider. Now 3-1 slider.
So Ozuna will get a head start with 2 outs. Wheeler comes to the belt and the runner goes. The pitch is lifted toward left, curling and into the seats where a fan from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania makes the grab. And Ford will try again at 3-2. Bullpen begins to work for the Phillies. They've had an impressive run this month. Wheeler's 97th pitch. And a swing and miss. Will retire the side. 8 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. We head to the home 6th. Heart of the order up for the Phils. They're down 2. Okay, partner, big inning for Charlie Morton. He breezed through the 5th inning, got the Phillies in order. He's now set down 5 straight. He has a 2-run lead. You'll see at the bottom of your screen, pitch count at 88. 31 of those came in the 1st inning.
Boy, after what you saw early on and 3 out of the first 4 innings walking the leadoff hitter, if he can get you through the 6th inning at a 3-1 clip, you feel really good about where you're at.
At the knees, a strike. Realmuto didn't think much of that. So Charlie way ahead, 0-2. Realmuto a single, an RBI in the 1st, and flied out to end that crazy 3rd inning. Atlanta plays him to pull on the infield, slightly toward the opposite field at center, where Michael Harris operates behind Charlie, who winds and delivers. Didn't chase it. 1-2 the count. When you look up at the scoreboard and see the Phillies line score, it belies how hard Charlie has had to work. He's only given up 4 hits.
He just had a pitch all night for the most part behind batters.
Morton's walked 4 and 4 hits. And strike 3 inside corner. Realmuto gave up on that. And Morton has his 5th strikeout and a great start to the 6th inning.
Well, what a pitch. He's trying to go away and it backed up on him. The old backup curveball, one of the best pitches in baseball, and just froze JT. And he knew it too.
Tom Glavine has said it. Birdie has said it. Peter Moylan has said it. If they could bottle it, they'd go undefeated, right?
So you go back to the dugout as a hitter and you look, well, if you put it where you were supposed to, I could have got a hit.
Right. So it's an accidental pitch, but it pays off. Nobody up in the Braves bullpen. Action has begun for the Phillies. As Gregorius hits, he's walked and struck out. And this one laced toward left. Ozuna on the run near the line, slides, and that is a fair ball. It gets behind Ozuna. Gregorius around second. He's on his way to third. Ozuna trying to make a sliding catch. Couldn't come up with it. And the Phillies bring the tying run to the plate with 1 out in the 6th inning.
Ball just kept tailing on him. That's one of those, when you commit to a play like that, though, you take that chance that if that ball falls, could be trouble.
That's a 3-base hit. And now Dylan Lee is going to get up and get working in a big hurry. Odubel Herrera is the batter. He is 0 for 2. Again, this is a tough place to hold a small lead. Braves have one. It's 3-1. They'll give up a run on a ground ball up the middle. As that one pops away from d'Arnaud, but not far enough to bring home Gregorius. 1 ball, no strikes. Morton's pitch count high is 105. That was in that start against the Giants last time out. Number 97 is on the way, and it's on the ground. That'll bring home a run, and and that's the second out of the inning. So you give them what they earn. You still lead, and you've got the 7th place hitter coming up with 2 outs.
Yeah, you're trading out for a run there. The last thing you want is a big inning. You still got the 3-2 lead, and now chances are, looks like you're going to get into Phillies bullpen and see if Charlie can get one more out and turn it over to the Braves bullpen.
Bohm has a hit in 2 tries. The single came last time up on an 0-2 pitch.
Thought process with Kenley Jansen's out. I was talking to Brian Snicker today. I think if Mentor might be the guy you see tonight, and really just I think between him and Will Smith, kind of matchups, piggyback, whatever you like in the matchup.
And if you missed the news today, Kenley was placed on the 15-day injured list with an irregular heartbeat, a issue he has had before. And Kenley, we hope you feel better, get back soon. With Ronald Acuna Jr., who, as Kelly Cole reported earlier, is still day-to-day with that sore foot. And Ozzie Albies, too. 1-1 pitch. And a looper into left field. It's a base hit. Bohm has 2 hits. That's his 22nd multi-hit game of the year, and that leads the Phillies club. So the 7th place hitter's aboard. 8th place hitter is coming up. Phillies have out hit the Braves 6-5 now. And Mr. Stott is going to come up as Morton's gotten to triple digits on the pitch count.
I just saw Snit and Rick Kranitz, Braves pitching coach, really talking right there. If this was the moment, I think they're going to give Charlie one more chance to get this guy right here. And if he reaches with the lefty on deck too, maybe then you go to Lee.
Stott has singled and bounced out. It has a healthy cut. Skies that off to our left. Single runs for the Phillies in the 1st and 1 here in the 6th. Line drive headed for the gap. That's real trouble. Harris cuts it off. Great job. The throw's going to come in towards second, and Harris's speed saved a game-tying hit. He got to that ball in an instant and threw across his body, got to it so quickly the farthest Bohm could get his third base. And that's going to be, Jeff, the end of the line for Charlie Morton.
Well, what a play. Watch this. He almost got there so quick he overran it. And watch this. Not only that, smart move goes to second to keep Stott at first base to keep the first play open.
So it was a struggle for Charlie Morton tonight. He's given up a run, 3 hits in the 6th inning. There are 2 outs, and Dylan Lee is going to come on and try to put out this Philly fire at Citizens Bank Park.
Braves up a run, and this is a guy that Brian Snitker said he would start to turn to in more high leverage situations now with Kenley Jansen out of the mix for a while. And in catching up with Lee this afternoon, he said, you know, I'm just getting more and more comfortable every day out there in my own abilities, not worrying about doing too much, whatever the role I'm in. And he said the key has been for him, guys, just being aggressive, no matter the score, no matter the situation. And I think we're going to get to see that right here and now for Dylan Lee, who also mentioned Will Smith has been the guy he's been catching with a lot over the last couple weeks, taking little things away from, you know, another closer.
Now, what I love, Kelly, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts. So he's on the attack right when he comes in the game.
3 straight scoreless appearances for Dylan Lee. And to Kelly's point, Jeff, the schedule is what it is. It's relentless. And if a man goes down, somebody else steps up.
Yeah, and he's quietly putting together a great little year so far.
And fouled off the body of Mickey Moniak, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out and strikeout. And Dylan Lee, to your point, on the attack, jumps ahead 0-2.
pretty impressive as a young guy, because a lot of young guys, tend to shy away from that mentality right when they come up, where he's going after guys.
First and third, 2 outs, a run in for the Phillies. Runner goes. The pitch is fouled toward the Phillies dugout and into it. And back to first will go Bryson Stott. Back-to-back singles after Morton gave up the run-scoring ground out. 5 2/3 for Charlie. 7 hits, 2 runs so far, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 102 pitches. He left with the lead. The pitch is popped up. Braves were in a shift. Dansby backpedaling. Harris is there. Calls off Dansby. The crowd hollers, but no problem for Michael. And Dylan Lee does his job, puts out the fire, and keeps the Braves in front. We're off to the 7th. Lower third coming up. It's now 3-2. Time for the 7th inning. Braves up 3-2. Let's get these runs back. Zach Wheeler out for another frame, Jeff, with 8 strikeouts tonight. And that's shot toward the netting and out of play. Foul, a strike.
He said 98 pitches. My guess he got to 3-2. He said, I'd love to try to go back out there and get one more inning. My guess is, though, he is on a batter-to-batter basis.
Orlando is 0-4-2 tonight. As you mentioned earlier, he's done a good job against the National League East. We'd like some more of that here in the late innings. As that one off his knuckles and out towards second. And out number 1 is recorded. Arcia is 0-for-3. And Adam Duvall is coming up. Wheeler's retired 11 of 12 Braves hitters. The last Braves hit was Austin Riley's 3rd inning double. They've only had 1 base runner. That's when Ozuna walked last inning with 2 outs. Got to add on in this park. It's a 3-2 score as we approach the stretch. The pitch is yanked foul past Ron Washington. That'll rattle around the camera well. 0-1. Wash has gotten to shake hands twice. Darno and Olsen hit back-to-back homers in the first. Charlie Morton and Dylan Lee have made that stand up, but it's a 1-run game. 3-2 the pitch. In the Phillies half of the 7th inning, they will bring the top of their order up. Colin McHugh up in the Atlanta bullpen. Corey Knebel getting loose for the Phillies. The pitch is down low. Hope we have to wait a while to send you to the stretch, as always presented by our friends at Synovus. Trevor and Nick are standing by in Atlanta, talking about all-star hopeful Travis d'Arnaud's big night tonight. He has knocked in 2 Atlanta runs. Oh, and Duvall got smoked. That one got away from Wheeler upstairs at 95 miles an hour. So a painful start to a Braves rally, we hope. Duvall will make his way to first base on a hit by pitch.
That was a sinker, and he tried to throw that one. It got away. That might be it.
And it is. So Zach Wheeler, after 6 1/3 innings, will give way to the Phillies bullpen. Corey Knebel has lost his role as the Phillies closer. He's now working in higher leverage situations not in the ninth inning. He will take the mound in place of Zach Wheeler, who departs with a big hand, down 3-2. Seventh inning, one man out. Before we tell you who the new Phillies pitcher is, first let's step aside for a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no.
Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Well, Jeffrey, we find ourselves in this Phillies bullpen, which has had a very nice run of late. 16 2/3 scoreless innings of work, in which they faced 52 batters, and 2 of those have reached base, only 1 with a hit. That's a drastic improvement for the Phillies ball club. Wheeler threw 104 pitches as he departs, and this one laced toward left, curling toward the nets. And Harris down a strike versus Corey Knebel, the former closer, now pitching in the 7th tonight.
Well, if there was one thing that we saw the last 2-3 years that have hurt this Phillies team, is blowing late leads, or in games like this keeping your team in the game. And as you said, they've done a much better job of keeping their team in the game.
Duvall has a decent lead at first with 1 strike. And that's a little high. There's a stat in the Phillies notes, and I love it when the PR staffs gives you this, the comparisons between starters and relievers. The Phillies relief corps has thrown 156 fewer innings than their starting pitchers. They've issued 18 more walks. So if you want to look at one stat in particular that has made life tough for either Thompson, their interim manager, or Joe Girardi, his predecessor, or anyone else who was here before, that's one of them. Late walks by their bullpen have really been an issue, but not recently. A ball and 2 strikes for Michael. And that's up and away. You might recall when the Braves were at home, comeback win against the Phillies, Joe Girardi did not want to use Corey Knebel 3 straight games. They lost that game.
They did.
They are still trying to figure out their pen mix. They're closing with Sir Anthony Dominguez and Brad Hand right now.
They're playing matchups with them.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway for Michael. The pitch. Curveball whacked out of play into the dugout. And I remember a couple of years ago, Bryce Harper talked about it. It was either here or in Washington. Might have been in his last year with the Nationals. How demoralizing it is when you feel like you have to win a game 2 or 3 different times because your pen can't hold leads. Hopefully that'll happen to the Phillies in this series. The pitch is out of play, foul. Again, first 2 wins for each club head to head this year was a stark contrast. The first 4 games the Braves had a 6.44 starters ERA, but the Phillies bullpen had a 6.52 ERA.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we got the kind of matchup we thought, a 3-2 game with Morton and Zach Wheeler. The pitch, and here we go, full count. Michael's had a good night. His run, the last one scored by the Braves, that's the difference in the game.
Plate discipline, getting yourself a nice hitter's count, getting back in it.
Let's see if Duvall's running. I doubt it. He's not. The pitch, and Michael swung at ball 4, and is the second out.
Might have been the best hook we've seen from Corey in a while. That had a lot of movement on it.
So we go back to the top, and Dansby Swanson. He'll try to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. Dansby has flied out twice and struck out once. Dansby has seen Corey Knebel twice in his career. He's 1 for 2. That hit a single. And the pitch. Shaves off the outside corner for an even count. Right at the knees. One thing that does help the Philly pitching staff is JT Realmuto has one of the fastest glove times behind the plate. He really controls the running game. He does. That's why Duvall hasn't moved a muscle in this spot. Knebel comes set. And now the 1-2 pitch. Good take. After the stretch, the Phillies will bring the top of their order up in the 7th inning. 3-2 Braves lead it. And now Duvall's going to get a head start. That could help the Braves if Dansby could split a gap here. Duvall's got good speed. Schwarber almost with his back up against the left field wall, about 2 steps away from the warning track.
Yeah.
And no doubles out there. Duvall leads. There he goes. The pitch is hit in the air towards center, but Moniak's going to have room. And he'll put that away and send us to the stretch. Knebel did his job, puts out a 7th inning fire. It's a 3-2 game. Big night for Darno. The fellows break it down in the stretch back in our Atlanta studios.
The Giants selection is something to see.
To our score, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Phillies. Dylan Lee is back to work for Atlanta. He's got Kyle Schwarber to face first as he protects a 3-2 Atlanta lead. What a game. What a way to start the road trip. 3 in Philadelphia as Braves try to take a 3-2 season series lead with a victory in game 1 of the set tonight. Schwarber has walked twice. He's flied out. He has scored once. That run came in the 1st inning for Philadelphia. Lee got Moniak to pop out to end a Phillies threat in the 6th inning. And this one is hammered to center on the very first pitch. Harris as far as he can go, and the game is tied. Hitter has brought the Phillies back to a tie game. 3-3 your score in the 7th.
They got a hanger over the middle of the plate. Schwarber been their hottest hitter this month. They line this in the center field bushes.
So Schwarber's home run makes it a new game. So it's a battle of the bullpens. 175 career home runs for Kyle Schwarber. That's why they brought him here. They hit it out of the park, and he just did. So the Braves with 2 solo homers, the Phillies with 1. And Rhys Hoskins is the hitter. He has a 1st inning single. He's walked and grounded out. neither Morton nor Zach Wheeler will factor in tonight's decision. And we'll see whose bullpen holds serve. That's been the story for each club in June, or one of them. By and large, excellent relief work. The pitch. Just inside, 2 balls and a strike. What Hoskins did so well under the previous managerial administration in Philadelphia. He was a walking machine. He's worked the count to his favor, 3-1. Good choice there, full count.
Really good choice. With a curveball on him. Caught him trying to cheat a little bit on a 3-1 fastball.
Well, will he throw it again? We're about to find out. With the bases empty, nobody out, and the pitch off the end of the bat.
He did.
When we get to the 8th inning, the Braves 2, 3, 4 hitters are coming up. The 2, 3, 4 hitters are up for the Phillies here in the 7th. And the payoff is on the ground into the shift. Garcia, shortstop's arm loads up and a low throw, but Olsen makes the play. And Hoskins is retired. Nice comeback for Dylan Lee from a 3-1 count. And so Lee will be taken down. He faced his 3rd batter, and Nick Castellanos is scheduled to hit. Colin McHugh was up and throwing in the Atlanta bullpen. And Colin looks like he will get the summons here after Schwarber ties the game with the leadoff homer in the home 7th.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Kelly, Jeff, and Chip with you in Philadelphia. Kyle Schwarber has tied the game with a solo home run. Phillies continue here in the home 7th. It's a 3-3 score. Fans register for the Braves On Deck offer and get discounted ticket offers throughout the year. Fans will get a text message every time the Braves go live with a new ticket offer. Register by texting Braves to 78030 to begin receiving exclusive access today. Colin McHugh is the 3rd Atlanta pitcher of the night. And he starts with Nicholas Castellanos, who is 0 for 3 in the game.
Well, we've come down now. It's going to be a battle of the bullpens here. And look at Colin McHugh, though, where he's been really good, Chip, on the road. 135 with 2 walks and 17 punchies.
Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. You might recall Colin spent some time on the COVID injured list. Talked to him on the team plane coming up to Philly. Yeah, it wiped me out pretty good for a week or so. So hopefully he's back at not just full baseball strength, but full strength period.
Yep.
As he tries to work his way back into form, he's in an important spot. Number 3 hitter up for the Phillies, Nick Castellanos, 1-2 count. A little over 27,000 fans here at Citizens Bank on a perfect night. Gorgeous weather, good game, 3-3 between these Eastern rivals. The pitch. And that's off to our right. Seven homers for Castellanos this year. 3 of them have come with 2 strikes, so be careful here. And he chased it. McHugh dazzles, gets the first man he faces, and that's out number 2 in the home 7th.
Starting to hear some boos here. Castellanos. Great pitch. We saw Charlie Morton get him on this almost exact same pitch. Catch him diving, leaning out, and that's what I told you earlier in the game. Kevin Long kind of been working with it, staying tall, staying through it. Good pitch.
Always good to get that first guy. Now McHugh will face JT Realmuto. And that's in for a strike. The Fanatics having some fun behind the Phillies dugout. As McHugh stares in at the Phillies perennial all-star catcher JT Realmuto, and threw that right by him. Boy, it's funny. We talk about it all the time. Men can throw 95 miles an hour without command and they get hit. Colin McHugh's throwing 88 and pinpoint.
88 mile per hour cutter, and it looked like 95 to him after those two first pitch curveballs.
Everybody on the edge of their seats in Philadelphia with a 1-2 count. And he pulled a string and struck him out. How about Colin McHugh? 2 swinging strikeouts sends us to the 8th inning. After a leadoff home run, the Phillies have tied the game 3 apiece with d'Arnaud, Olsen, and Austin Riley coming up. Plenty of smiles from Braves fans here in Philadelphia. We hope they'll be smiling for college nights. Those ticket packages are back for another great year of fun here at Truist Park. You'll get a co-branded stadium seat and a Braves ticket with your college night ticket package. We've got the Gators on July 24th, Georgia Southern July 31st, and Georgia Tech August 2nd. Get your tickets today at Braves.com/college nights. So the Phillies go back to their bullpen. This is Andrew Bellotti. Braves have seen him. He gave up a run in 2 innings back at Truist Park. Picked up his first major league save on Sunday. To your point, Jeff, about matching up. They're trying everybody in those highest of leverage situations. And like so many who pitch in relief, this is a high strikeout guy. He's got his hands full with Travis d'Arnaud, who's 2 for 3, a homer, 2 RBIs. Braves 3, Phillies 3.
Get the right part of the lineup up tonight. 2, 3, 4.
And that paints the outside edge for the Braves catcher. It's 0-1. This guy's got a quick arm action, doesn't he?
He does.
So he's throwing darts. 22 of 27 first batters have been subdued by Bellotti. That's a key stat for a reliever. Let's see if d'Arnaud can chip away at those impressive statistics for the Phillies reliever. Andrew Bellotti is allowing just a .216 batting average against the pitch. Look at that ball move. It's 1-2. That was like a wiffle ball.
I was going to say.
Big gap in left center field for Travis. And Bellotti thought he had him struck out.
Well, he got the first pitch off the plate. Kind of thought he caught a break, and that one too. Off the plate.
Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on or out. We're in the 8th. And here we go. This is what I talked about. If you let them, they will walk a man or two. With Matt Olson on deck, d'Arnaud faces a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung at ball 4. Nasty slider retires d'Arnaud on strikes for the first time. There's out number 1 in the 8th.
Yeah, he said it. Travis chased that one off the plate. Tough though. Good. Look at that movement. Good pitch.
So Bellotti does get the first man. He'll run into Matt Olson, who hit a home run behind d'Arnaud in the first inning. Braves hit back-to-back homers. The 7th time they've done that this season. They got a 3rd inning run and are looking for their first hit since the 3rd inning. Offense has gone quiet. You're in a tough park. Downstairs, ball 1. Matt chokes up ever so slightly as he digs in left-handed. Breaking ball at the bottom of the zone, evens it up.
And keep the ball there. If he's giving you that pitch, there's not much as a hitter you can do.
Matt has a ton of room down the third baseline. Has Bellotti ready and delivers. Let's see if he goes in for effect, or in for show and away for effect, I beg your pardon, with his next pitch. That'd be pitching against the shift, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Swing and a shot hammered toward right center field. Did it stay up? Yes. Matt Olson has a 2-homer game, and the Braves are back in front. A fist pump for Olson, Jeff, as he got to first base. He plays so stoically, but all of a sudden the excitement's starting to brew for Matt.
We talked about a change after this weekend, having to go through all that, and you see 108 off the bat. You called it. He tried to go low and away again with that pitch, and this one stayed up just enough. And the only question here was it going to be high enough to get out, and it snuck into the first row. Good catch by a Braves fan. Look at that.
Great night for Matt Olson. A 2-homer game. Braves back in front. 4-3. Here's Riley. He hits one high in the air toward left. He got under it though. Fooled me. Sorry about that, Braves country.
Hey,
it sounded
every time it goes up here. You don't have to apologize. It looks like a bomb every time.
It went straight up, but I think Riley knew he just missed one. Olson didn't. So 2 outs, 4-3. 13th career multi-homer game for Matt Olson. And here's Marcell Ozuna. He's looking for his first hit. So this game stacks up favorably for Atlanta now. You're through the first 4 hitters for the Phillies. You got the middle of the lineup coming up in the 8th. If you don't have too much drama, you may not have to get to Castellanos or Realmuto in the 9th inning, which you'd like to avoid at all costs.
No, and if, you know, McHugh looks like with nobody warming up, if Colin can get 5, 6, 7, then it really stacks up if you want Minter to close 3 lefties in a row, and Stott, Moniak, and Schwarber.
And that's not factoring in pinch hitters, which the Phillies could
they
use,
could,
certainly.
but still, you at least force the hand.
1 ball, 1 strike for Marcell. 2 outs, 1 in on the Olson homer, and Marcell didn't get that. It's 1 and 2. First inning homer for Matt, and 8th inning homer for Matt.
Two different type of home runs too, if you think about it. That one was a line shot, and the first one was a moon shot.
So 2 strikes for Marcell here. spot. He missed badly outside. Houston's winning 9-0. That game is in the 8th.
I think we can assume they're going to hold on.
Let's say it'd be a big upset if they didn't. The question is, will the Braves hold on with another 1-run lead with 6 outs to get? The 2-2 popped up. This one's going to stay in play for Bohm. There's a lot of foul ground here in Philly. They do give something to the pitchers, but it's still a very comfortable park, and certainly so for Matt Olson. His first visit to Philly as a Brave has been a very productive one. 2 solo homers, 1 in the 8th, puts us back in front 4-3 in game 1.
Let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Take me out to the Giants. Take me out for a car. The Giants selection is something to see.
Colin McHugh back to work, 4-3. Changes in the Atlanta outfield. Guillermo Heredia is checked in to play right field. Adam Duvall moves over to left. As the Braves have a 4-3 advantage. Didi Gregorius leads off. High hopper. Arcia's got to wait for gravity. Fires quickly to first. And his big arm gets Didi Gregorius for out number 1.
Yeah, you said it. That's the one thing you do love about Arcia out there. He's got a shortstop arm playing second base, and he can. A lot of guys have to go charge that. He was able to wait for that bounce and made a good strong throw.
Well, what an agonizing feeling that has to be for an infielder, knowing you've got a man with relatively good speed coming, and you're begging for the ball to get there. Hurry.
And on the other side, I'm telling you, as a hitter, you hit that and you're thinking, run. You're trying to get there as fast as you can.
So here's Odubel Herrera. He is hitless tonight. As we said, Herrera's had an extended quiet stretch. Hope that continues for one more trip here in the 8th inning. And the strike. We've seen Colin McHugh come in and get a lot of big outs. One that stands out for me is that Mark Canha bases loaded strikeout in New York.
Yep.
Against the Mets. This is a very seasoned, very experienced veteran Braves bullpen. Odubel almost.
I thought he might have gone right there.
You see,
no chance.
Odubel said no chance.
He's a lot like Ozzie Albies in the fact he'll have some crazy swings like that on those back foot sliders.
What drives me crazy is Ozzie's the guy that sometimes will ask for the appeal, right?
He learned that. Andrew Jones, remember, used to do that all the time.
Man, oh man, the pitch. That creeps around the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the Braves change up their shift. And Austin Riley back at third. Standard defensive alignment for the Braves infield here with 1 out. Bases empty. Pride of Berry College, Colin McHugh has set down 3 hitters in a row. And his 2-2 pitch is caught on and missed. That's 3 strikeouts for McHugh.
It's a perfect example, though. All those little curveballs backdoor, and all of a sudden you throw a 90-mile-per-hour cutter. That one kind of just actually might have been even an occasional sinker on that pitch right there. That 90 looks about 97 to those hitters.
Hope you'll stick around for Braves Live post game. That will follow us in Philadelphia. The Braves trying to win their 20th game this month. 21 is the all-time June record. Kyle Wright pitches here tomorrow night. And a strike for Alec Bohm. It's 0-1. McHugh has his man set up with a 1-2 count. And that sneaked in low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brad Hand warming up in the Phillies pen as the 2-2 is on the way. And McHugh missed outside. Full count. Make him earn his way on, Colin. You know that. No walks. Charlie Morton went 5 2/3, walked 4 men, but only one of them scored. As Colin ready with his 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 inside corner. What a performance from Colin McHugh.
Wow.
An inning in 2/3, 4 strikeouts. The Braves take a 4-3 lead after 8 to the 9th. Little insurance never hurts, you know, in Philadelphia.
Let's take a look back at the 3rd inning. Probably the play of the game, Chip, as we look at our T-Mobile coverage cam. Castellanos hits this ball. Adam Duvall diving catch. Heads up play, gets up and throws it right away. Arcia steps on second and ends up tagging Hoskins. Now we went back. Schwarber ended up tagging on time, but they got the double play out of it right here. And when they were able to get out of the inning, and that ball bounces something, that game could have been totally different. Play the game so far.
So in a game as tight as this, you're right, little things have added up to big things for the Braves. Who've hit 3 solo home runs. Now with Brad Hand, a left-hander on the mound, the Braves will bring on William Contreras to pinch hit for Mike Ford. Contreras in the hunt for the starting DH job for the National League at the All-Star game in Los Angeles. So you've got Contreras, you've got Arcia, you've got Adam Duvall coming up. Let's get another run or two and make things a little more comfortable heading to the bottom of the 9th inning, where the Phillies will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. Brad Hand has done a nice job over the last 20 games for the Phillies. Seems like he's been around forever.
Yes, 1.69 ERA in 20 games. He's got that heavy sink. And good off-speed pitches, just saw to Contreras.
Hand broke in so long ago, the Marlins were known as the Florida Marlins, not the Miami Marlins. His first big league action came in 2011. San Diego, Cleveland, Washington, Toronto, Yankees, the Mets, and now Philly. And he got Contreras to expand his strike zone. A swing and a miss. And that's out number 1. Orlando Arcia coming up. But first, a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Arcia looking to get the ball out of the infield tonight. He is 0 for 3. Braves are leading despite being out hit tonight. The home run by Matt Olson was the first and only Braves hit since the 3rd inning. It came in the 8th.
Score 4 runs, only 6 hits, but they've made him count. 3 solo shots, double by Austin Riley.
Excellent relief pitching. Colin McHugh, an inning in 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. As Jeff suggested, A.J. Minter will get the first chance to close for the Braves tonight. He is up in the bullpen. Here's A.J. Arcia behind, no balls, 2 strikes. And popped out a play to the right side. And a fan from York, Pennsylvania makes that catch.
Now looking ahead of the next inning with some of those lefties coming up, I imagine maybe you see Johan Camargo from the right side. Got to imagine one of the first 2 lefties you'd like. Yeah, I bet you're going to see a couple pinch hitters.
And you definitely want to get them out, because remember, Schwarber, who we just showed you, tied the game with a lefty-lefty home run.
Yeah.
for the Phillies in the 7th. And he's due third in what we hope will be the Phillies' last at bat of this game. Bases empty for Orlando. No balls, 2 strikes. It's the first year of the universal DH. That's one dramatic change that pops out right at you for managers and for bench players. It's they seldom play.
Yeah.
And then you have a situation like this in a 1-run game. You got to be ready to rock and roll. Hopefully the Phillies hitters won't be. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Brad Hand. Yeah, Orlando putting up a good fight here. Adam Duvall is on deck. Braves 4, Phillies 3, Atlanta with 3 solo homers. Now the 2-2 pitch is chopped and into left field. A base hit. That is a well-earned hit for Orlando Arcia.
Well, he did a great job of laying off all those back foot sliders. He finally got a fastball that he could handle. He was trying to go up with that pitch, missed down, and Lando dropped the bat head on it. Good piece of hitting.
When that baseball hits that soft dirt in front of home plate, it looks like an asteroid hitting the moon, doesn't it? But hit hard enough to creep into left field for the Braves' 7th hit. Now Adam Duvall is up. He was hit by a pitch last time up. So Adam 0 for 2, but has reached once in his 3 tries tonight. The pitch is popped off to the left side and just out of reach of the fans in the second deck here at Citizens Bank Park, just past 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Briskly played, well played game 1 between the Braves and Phillies. No wind to speak of as Duvall digs in from the right side. Short lead, and Arcia draws a throw. And tried to catch him napping, and Orlando got back, and Hoskins handled a ball in the dirt. Huge hole on the right side of the infield if Adam can plug it. And an even count. There's the Phillies infield alignment.
Hand's really trying to work that inside part, which is funny because, you know, back in the day, he used to be more kind of 2-seamers running away some.
It's been a quiet night for the Phillies fans. They haven't had a chance to boo an awful lot, but now they get a chance to holler at Hand to move the game along.
Got to boo your own players at least once here, right?
I think it says that on the back of the ticket, doesn't it? 1 ball, 1 strike. And that split the dish. It's a 1-2 count. Fans in Philly get a bad rap. They're passionate, they're knowledgeable, and if the players care, they care too.
Here they are. They just want someone to play hard, honestly.
Yeah. And they stand to the bitter end of a 1-run game. 27,000 strong tonight. A ball and 2 strikes. Arcia's leaning, and time call. And working quickly. Already to the belt, the pitch. Did he go? He did not. See JT Realmuto put his head down, thinking, oh man, Duvall might have swung. He's shaking his head. Did he?
Nah. Not even close.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And checks the runner and delivers. That's hooked down the left field line. That's a fair ball headed for the corner. Arcia around second on his way to third. Wash is going to hold him up. Arcia runs through the stop sign. Throw to the plate, up the line. He scores. Throw to third. Duvall is safe. And the Braves add on. No Ronald Acuna Jr. No stop sign heeded, but it paid off as Arcia scores from first, and the Braves take a 2-run lead.
Wash was joking with us last night. Every once in a while, they just go right through it. Well, picked a good time to do it. Great piece of hitting after barely laying off that one. This one, he went out and got hooked down the line. Schwarber actually made a really nice play down here in the corner. And he went around Wash.
There was a lot going on for Ron on that play. Base runner, red light, pitcher in the way, ball coming towards you, and
runner goes around you. You're by the line, and big as that is, now you'd love Harris to be able to get this to the outfield somehow and build yourself a 3-run lead.
Infield comes in with 1 out. Michael's had a good night. He scored a run. Braves manufactured a 3rd inning tally. Broken bat hit. Deep fly to right. Harris tagged up, and then d'Arnaud singled Michael Harris home for a 3-1 Braves lead. Now it's 5-3. I think, Jeff, of the many things that Michael has impressed in his first month in the major leagues, it's his ability to handle left-handed pitching. Don't often see that from young guys just up from Double-A.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Don't know how this at bat's going to work out, but he's gotten ahead in the count in a run scoring spot. The pitch. High hopper, and Gregorius backs up, gets rid of it quickly. Heck of a play by Gregorius. And that's the 2nd out.
That's one that Adam Duvall might wish he took a chance. And you know, you're not going on contact there, but when you see that high and him having to go back, to me, you got to make him maybe make a play on that. And you can see Adam shaking his head. I think he knew that could have been an opportunity. Going back, I don't know if I've ever seen a player go around a third base coach like that, where the third base coach was on the line. I really don't. My good buddy Tyler Flowers just texted me and said the same thing. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
That's the beauty of the game, right?
Yeah.
There's a chance you'll see something you've never seen before. We almost saw a triple play tonight.
True.
For example, no balls and a strike for Dansby, whose 9-game hitting streak is on the line in the 9th inning. And quickly behind 0-2. Really like to see Hand throw one in the dirt that Real Muto down on a knee can't block.
Yeah.
Take a run any way we can get it. A hit from Swanson wouldn't be a bad way to add to the lead either, with Duvall 90 feet away in a 5-3 game. There's the ball in the dirt. And it's 2-2. Here's a look at that play on the high hopper to short. Nope, beg your pardon, it's a Duvall hit.
Yeah, so like you said, the ball's way down in that corner, so you can see Wash comes here, Chip. He's going to hold him. Once he sees it, look at it, he goes inside of the... And then he had to dodge a ball right there, too.
I mean, he was closer to Brad Hand than he was the base runner. Amazing. The pitch. Shot and on a line right to first, and Hoskins is there, and that retires the side.
You almost wonder, too, if it distracted Real Muto on the catch. Good play, Wash.
A.J. Minter set to close it out.
Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
So here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Braves have hit 3 homers tonight. They add on in the 8th and 9th innings to lead 5-3 on a beautiful night in Philadelphia. And in the absence of Kenley Jansen, who was placed on the injured list earlier today, A.J. Minter gets a chance to save the first game of this series. And Jeff, as you see, it's been a while since A.J.'s picked up a big league save.
Remember, starting 19, he had some opportunities there and had got hot for a while, and was, I think people thought the close of the future. What I love this season, 5 walks. He's throwing strikes, and you know, you feel comfortable in these situations. We are going to see 2 right-handers getting an opportunity here to face A.J. Minter.
First out of the chute is Yairo Munoz to pinch hit. Munoz at 2-11. Phillies want to get a guy on with Schwarber lurking third. And there's an excellent start from A.J. Minter. Munoz has started at second base and third base. Is a lifetime .231 pinch hitter. He's played with the Cardinals and the Red Sox previously in the major leagues. And got tied up with that pitch at 92. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves live post game coming up after A.J. Minter seals a win for Colin McHugh, who was brilliant in relief tonight.
I'll tell you what, when you've been sitting all night, this is a tough AB to have to come off the bench to a guy throwing mid to high 90s with good cut.
Minter's ahead of his man, a ball and 2 strikes. Yairo Munoz. No shift on as he comes set. And here it is.
I can't tell you how big that insurance run was in the 9th inning for the Braves. You ask any pitcher, closer, the chance that you know, even a solo shot here can't kill you. It is a huge psychological thing for a pitcher out there in this ballpark. We've already seen it tonight. Braves with 3 home runs.
A ball and 2 strikes. On the ground left side. Dansby backhands. Off balance throw. And Olsen scoops it out. Gorgeous play by Swanson to start the bottom of the 9th inning.
Dansby makes that play as good as any shortstop in the league. You see how he goes to the side, but at the same time kind of comes at the ball too to get a best angle. And of course, when you have a Gold Glove first baseman, watch this, doesn't just go to the side. See how he kind of comes through it so he can get something on the throw. And great scoop by Matt.
So Matt Vierling becomes the most important hitter in the game because Schwarber is on deck. And Minter gets the first man. Vierling with the bases empty and 1 out. He's always hit left-handers well in his young major league opportunities. And he's shown he can pinch hit. He's 5 for 16 in a pinch as a big leaguer. Those are his overall numbers for the Phillies. And that's off the mask of d'Arnaud. Vierling, a Golden Domer, went to Notre Dame. He's a 5th-round pick from the Phillies. A native of St. Louis, Missouri. And he's quickly behind 0-2 for A.J. Minter, who's throwing smoke tonight. The pitch. That's lifted off to the right side. And Minter still ahead 0-2. That fan was from Camden, New Jersey.
Right across the river.
Yeah. Hope it's an unhappy drive home for him after the Braves finish off the Fightins tonight. There are the numbers for Vierling.
You see why he's in there. Huge difference. Lefties to righties.
No shift, outfield normal depth. Duvall up against the wall almost in left field as Minter turns it loose and missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves need to get 2 outs. They lead 5-3. The Mets are down to their last out, trailing 9-0 tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give them the loss.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
9-0.
The 1-2 pitch. Jeff has been known to go out on the limb from time to time. I really admire the risk and courage.
That's what I do.
With that score, yes it is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No drama, AJ. Get this guy. Popped up. Olsen, long run over near the Phillies dugout. That one is just out of reach off the back of the netting. And on the rebound into the stands. Quality at bat by Matt Vierling here against A.J. Minter, who's about to make his 13th pitch. The 2-2. He got him. Disappearing breaking ball, and Vierling puts up a fight. But the best Kyle Schwarber can do is make it a 1-run game. 2 outs, bases empty in the 9th.
You know, you look back for this beautiful pitch. 92, cutting back foot. We went back when Colin McHugh came out for that 8th inning, and we said if it's played right, you don't have to get to Hoskins and Castellanos and them, and you got the lefty-righty matchups. Now you got a chance here to finish the game. Start off the road trip in the right way.
Schwarber is 0 for 4 in his career against Minter and tried to bunt with Rhys Hoskins on deck. Look, that's a simple and smart thought process. They got to get runners on any way they can. Schwarber has faced Minter before. He's 0 for 4. but A.J. has walked him 3 times. So challenge this man with a 2-run lead and 2 outs. Oh, pretty good pitch.
What was wrong with that one?
Sounded like a ball, I guess. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up the middle. Dansby bobbles, recovers, fires, and the Braves win it. 2 great plays by Dansby Swanson in the 9th inning. 2 big hits from Matt Olson. And the Braves, Jeff, have 20 wins in the month of June. And they win round 1 at Citizens Bank tonight.
I tell you, you come in and facing Zach Wheeler here at home, and you're able to lead with a 5-3 win to start off your road trip in a beautiful way. Credit Charlie Morton. Didn't have his great stuff tonight. Chip was able to keep the Braves with the lead, and then the bullpen. Colin McHugh, A.J. Minter, even Dylan Lee. You take the 1 home run away. Bullpen was outstanding for Atlanta once again. Huge win.
So a 3-hour and 18-minute game saw the Braves hit 3 solo home runs, and they get the road trip off to a great start. And tomorrow, Jeff, with Kyle Wright on the mound, have a chance for franchise history as they seek their 21st win in June, which would match the Braves record for the month.
You love the way they're playing. They're playing confident right now. It's a team that, look, they lost a tough one on Sunday night. Goes to show you what they do. They got here last night, relaxed, came out, got a big win.
So cheesesteaks for everybody as Atlanta wins game 1, 5-3 your final. Kyle Wright gets us started tomorrow with Braves Live at 6:30. Speaking of which, Braves Live presented by Xfinity Postgame is next. For Kelly and Jeff, I'm Chip. We will see you tomorrow night.